Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abba Malami has recanted his earlier statement that a prima facie case of money laundering had been established against a former commander of the Police Intelligence Response Team, Abba Kyari. This comes a few weeks after directing the police to probe him for allegedly receiving 33 proceeds of crime, stating that a case of money laundering had been established against Kyari. According to Saturday Punch, the Justice Minister, in a piece of new legal advice, said there was no evidence to show that money was laundered by the senior police officer. Kyari, a deputy commissioner of police who is wanted in the United States for alleged involvement in a $1.1 million scam carried out by a notorious internet scammer, Ramon Abbas aka Hush Puppy, was suspended by the police last July. He is also facing 8 counts of conspiracy, obstruction and dealing in cocaine and other related offences at the Federal High Court, Abuja. Sequel to the reports of the Special Investigation Panel which probed Kyari's alleged links to Hush Puppy, the AGF affirmed in January that investigations carried out by the police indicted the former IRT commander for money laundering. Malami, in a piece of legal advice, therefore directed the Inspector General of Police Usman Baba to carry out further investigations, noting that a prima facie case of money laundering had been established against the DCP. He also said the force should intensify investigation into the 33 crime proceeds received by the SIRT commander. It was reported that police investigations revealed how the international scammers led by Hush Puppy paid 235 million naira to Kyari's younger brother. The police report also said Kyari equally funneled 44 million naira into his siblings' bank accounts in multiple transactions. The AG's legal advice had read in part that there exists prima facie case of conspiracy, collaboration, receipt, conversion, transfer, retention of proceeds of unlawful activities contrary to the provision of sections 15, 17 and 18 of the Money Laundering Prohibition Act 2004 and section 17 of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission established Act Cap E, laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 against DCP Abba Kyari and other suspects. Other suspects in view of the overwhelming evidence showing the nature of its disguised financial transactions and activities with Abbas Hush Puppy. Ife Martins, Usman Ibrahim Waziri, Sikiru Adekoya, Hussaini Allah and Sharon Festus, who are all confirmed members of an international internet fraud network. Although the facts and circumstances of this case as contained in the case file are suggestive to money laundering offences against DCP Abba Kyari and his accomplices, namely Abbas Hush Puppy, Ife Martins, Usman Ibrahim Waziri, Sikiru Adekoya, Hussaini Allah and Sharon Festus, to successfully prosecute them, there is a need for a more thorough dissecting and tracing of the suspect 33 proceeds of crime received by DCP Abba Kyari directly or indirectly through the said accomplices. However, Malami, in his latest advice, contradicted his January directive that Kyari should be probed for money laundering and for receiving 33 proceeds of crime. In a letter dated February 4, 2022, with reference number DPPA/LA/814/21, the AGF sought to exonerate the embattled senior officer, saying there was no link between Kyari and the Hush Puppy gang. According to the letter written on behalf of the AGF by the Director of Public Prosecutions, Ministry of Justice, Mohammed Abubakar, the evidence contained in the case diary was not sufficient to indicate or show that the said money, 279 million naira, were laundered directly or indirectly by Kyari to disguise their origin. The new position of the Attorney General was contained in a letter titled forwarding of the investigation report of the Nigeria Police Force Special Investigation Team and request for legal advice with regards to allegations of criminal conspiracy, aiding and abetting internet fraud, wire fraud, identity theft, and money laundering against DCP Abba Kyari. The letter addressed to the IG read in part, saying, I am directed to inform you that after a careful study of the said response, wherein you stated that the monies have been traced to Zenith Bank accounts belonging to Usman Ibrahim Waziri, Guarantee Trust Bank accounts belonging to Adekoya Sikiru, Zenith Bank account number belonging to Hussein Allah, and other funds went to Sharon Festus. The monies were withdrawn and utilized by the aforementioned account holders and the lady. It is our view that the above response has not linked the suspect DCP Abba Kyari to the offense of money laundering, as the evidence contained in the case diary is not sufficient to indicate or show that the said monies were laundered directly or indirectly by Kyari to disguise their origin. More so that the aforementioned recipients or receivers exonerated in their statements as having nothing to do with the monies. The Justice Minister said the police might wish to explore their internal disciplinary measures against Kyari through the Police Service Commission for breaching the Code of Conduct for Law Enforcement officers by hobnobbing with suspected fraudsters and people of questionable character in his capacity as a senior officer and head of IRT. Malami also said Kyari could be sanctioned for violating the social media policy of the police by responding to the Federal Bureau of Investigation's indictment on Facebook, breaching the police code of professional ethics by accepting complaints and acting on such without recourse to established protocol, and detaining a suspect, Vincent Chibuzo, for over a month without a valid court order and regards to his fundamental human rights. Okay, in all of this, they just want to make it simpler, to want to downplay the whole thing. Of course, we know that these guys are not just serious. They want to really try to make sure that they exonerate him. Before you could say Jack Robinson, they are still going to exonerate him. With the way they are going, they will still exonerate him to downplay the case he has before with the NDLE. That is that's the area they are going to. These guys. Where an Igbo man was killed by the federal government to be able to exonerate a northern corrupt policeman from crimes bordering on mass killings, drug trafficking, kidnapping, and money laundering. The court has spoken. I have been waiting for this statement to ascertain the gravity of Kyari's dilemma. The simple fact about Malami is that whoever is against is guilty and a worse criminal. Now that is for Kyari, we shouldn't be surprised when Kyari will go scot-free, as sinless as snow. Abba Kyari NDLA link is a cover up to jeopardize his extradition, which is beyond Islamic Fulani manipulation, but his NDLA drug link can easily be manipulated and silenced forever. I have said it from the onset. These are opinions of people. Why preempting the court? Minister Malami, are you for the one who arrested? Are you the one that arrested Abba? Let the rule of law prevail, because all are equal before the law. In fact, extradite Abba Kyari to FBI. Let him answer them. I honestly can't even understand why America wants him. The only thing they accuse him of is arresting a Nigerian in Nigeria and collecting money from a Nigerian in Dubai. Should everyone Hush Puppy sent money to be extradited? This is a Nigerian issue and shouldn't concern America. Okay. Well, thunder from fire you from there. Enabling a crime is collision. In other words, aiding and abetting. But some people, they will always argue what is not. But why wait until the officers in charge of his case died to make such suspicious claim? Are you in charge of his investigation, or are you a criminal investigation officer? Is there more to this than meets the eyes could miss? Fulanis will never see evidence against themselves, even when Dubai sent them the evidence of Boko Haram and other terrorist sponsors. They are only seeing evidence of what never existed in the south. They hurriedly sentenced Evans because he was about to expose Abba Kyari and his men. Why they never see evidence against Wadume, the oga patapata of all kidnappers, whose case involved in many serving officials that caused army and police to clash and kill themselves. So guys, let's say your opinion on that take.